He's a model, an actor, and also entrepreneur. Today, here we have Alan Yoon. Oh, Alan.
Yes.
Welcome to the studio. Welcome to UCSI. Is this your first time here?
My second time.
Second time. Yeah,
but
I
my
forgot.
first time into your studio.
Okay,
Yes.
first time to the studio, second time at UCSI.
Yes.
All right. The audience here would like to know how it all began. But before we even start there, let us start with, can you please bring us back many years ago to your childhood days? What was it like as a child? Have you always wanted to be in showbiz?
All started when my mom told me when I was 4. I was watching this program and they said I impersonated Michael Jackson then 3-4 years old So literally, I danced like him and all that. So this
You danced like Michael Jackson? You were dancing
to impersonate.
Okay.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
If I dance like him, probably I would be.
Impersonate him, so you paint yourself in different color, or I don't know.
No, just trying to, follow the footsteps and stuff like that.
Yeah, the
so that's
moonwalk and all
something
that
that my mom told me before, all right. So, and at a very young age, she literally sent me to choirs to learn choir at Chingwu. Because anyway, I'm the youngest in the family. And the age gap between my brother and me is like 7 and 8 years. So she afraid that I'll be lonely. So she arranged all these activities, And that's how I picked up singing. And as I grew older, she sent me to learn piano. But I never enjoyed because I always think it's very sissy, meant for girls and all that. But as I grew up, older, and then I tried to play by ear. That's where I, pick up some chords, some pop music, and stuff like that. So, and I started modeling at a very young age, about 15. Okay, how did I got myself into it? It's because I like to earn money, and I come from a broken family, but I was raised by my mom and I have a lousy dad. Is not a very good role model. So I don't want to burden my mom. That's why I'll try. On weekends, I'll work as a waiter, in catering, and stuff like that. And lo and behold, I was discovered, shortlisted by friends and by recommendation. They asked me to go for casting, and that's how I got myself into this entertainment industry. But nothing comes easy, right? I did some shows when I was 15, at some clubs. So although my mom worried because 15 years old, started doing
What kind of show is that?
Catwalk.
Oh, catwalk.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether you heard of this club called Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
Before that, it was called 11 LA.
Yeah.
Number 11 at Lebuampang.
Yes.
Not
yes.
Los Angeles. Okay, and then after that, eventually they turned into Boom Boom Room, and then you have Joanne
Sounds
Kampopo.
a bit sleazy. Boom boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have Joanne Kampopo as one of the stand-up comedian, and she was very famous then as a host. And they have cabaret show, the aqua show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in between, sometimes you have like fashion show and things like that. So I was groomed, during that era. You are talking about in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
So, and I joined competition, and the only talent that I knew then was catwalk. So because of that, and then people further discovered me, and they gave me more jobs. I remember the first breakthrough for catwalk on a designer brand was, I think, Hugo Boss, right? And then there were Club 21, right? And they have this. The team was from Singapore, They came in and then they flew their own models and they combined with the local ones, and I was one of the lucky ones. I was maybe 16, 17 then, right? So I was, apart from being curious, I was very, very curious. I always compare myself to the model that I see in the picture or in the TV on the screen. I always compare, if this guy can do it, why can't I? Right, so that's how I challenge myself, and full of confidence, and courage. I would attend castings and things like that. But never easy. There's no overnight success, and I've been trying, so many times in order to get a role in a TV commercial, right? So as I look back, sometimes I was surprised, that I actually did that. Well, partly because I don't want to burden my mom, like I said. So I want to get extra money and to support myself, right? And the highest education that I had was just Form 5, because I couldn't get into Form 6 due to my poor command in Bahasa Malaysia. I didn't get a grade in order to get into Form 6, right? So cut the story short, so I put my education on hold, told my mom that, one day probably I will further extend or continue when the time is right. But that never happened, so don't follow my footstep. If you can, complete your education, and then only you pursue your dreams. All right, but anyway, you must have passion in things that you do. So I enjoy every single bit from where I started. Okay, and did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you elaborate so much that I mean, we enjoy listening to it,
Right.
and of course, we have audience of different age group, and everybody, can somehow remember what was 11LA. That just reminds me of my own age. 11LA. Yeah, I was very young at that time.
It was a culture shock,
Why was it a culture shock?
Because it's a club whereby you have mixtures of straight guys and LGBTQ people.
Yeah,
So and I
all
was
kinds of
like,
people there.
yeah, I was so naive then, right? And I always get attracted to these people, right? And I
You're
get
the gay
special
magnet,
treatment.
you mean?
I get special treatment, but I never take advantage of this, and till up today, I'm still keeping a good relationship with these people. Yeah.
So it just your exposure makes you a more well-rounded human being. Well-rounded, meaning
Okay,
not that,
alright.
in that context. When I say well-rounded,
But put it
meaning you
this
can
way.
accept people from different.
Yeah, let's not be judgmental, and
Yeah.
I don't discriminate anybody, and I always have a lot of friends, despite of their individual. And yes, we should stay that way to respect each other.
So, Alan, were you attached to any modeling agency when you were doing your modeling stint?
Okay, I'm not signed or contracted to any particular agency then, but I was very close with this particular model, the late Shafiq. Yeah? He's the one that discovered me and put me on stage. Like I said, I know I used to join competition and all that. Then the only talent that I knew on stage was doing catwalk, right? I just walked, and he saw the passion that I had, and then he literally trained me,
Okay.
all right, and given me more opportunity.
So not a formal training.
Yeah, it's also formal training. He was attached and contracted with Red Hot Entertainment then, all right?
Got it.
It's an agency whereby they supply dancers, models, and shows, right? Entertainment. And he was contracted as one of the senior model. So, but eventually he guided me for like few months, right? And we became very good friends, very close. Unfortunately, after 10 years, we knew each other, and he left us. Yeah. So it was just a very brief kind of abang and adik kind of guidance. Yeah, so I must say that he has infused and inspired me. Okay, the late Shafiq was also a very talented commercial model. He did Peter Stuyvesant and he did Levi's. Yeah, prominent TVC that you will recognize him, from the big screen, And I always tell myself, hey, I want to be like him. You see. So again, you must set a goal. You must have an objective of someone that you want to be with. So I guess he somehow or other has inspired me. Yeah.
And what about the first? I'm not sure if it was your first TV commercials, the shampoo, where you played about a shampoo, yeah? The TV commercials featuring a shampoo,
Yeah.
not washing your hair, but then you were playing as a postman. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Okay. Before I elaborate that, I must say that this is the most prominent or the highlight in my life that put me into the limelight because of this commercial. Okay. But before that, like I said, I've been through a lot of casting just to be on the big screen or on any TV commercial or any ad. I was rejected many times, but those ads that I get to be featured in are usually just hand talent or leg talent. Like when Gong Si Fa Chai, I'll just go and show my hand without my face because they say I've got nice long fingers. I used to play the piano and all that. That is for Protect's, what do you call that, sabun, right?
Protex. Okay.
You heard of before? You heard of it? Yeah. Protect's.
I think they're no longer in the market, right?
Probably they've changed name.
Yeah,
I don't. Okay. And then I'll play as a cyclist, but they just focus on my leg, because I'm an athlete. I like to run. I play basketball, and then I'm not sure whether you all you're still wearing Bata shoe. You heard of Bata shoe?
Oh yes.
Okay.
That's my generation.
Your generation, right? So during that late 90s, they have this particular model. I think it's don't know what BX 2000 or something like that. So they wanted the basketballer so I can play, and then I went casting for that, and then they love it, But to my surprise, on the actual day, they just want my silhouette.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As much as I want to show my face, but it just didn't happen. So, after like numerous kind of casting, finally I get to do some featured role, probably like 1 second or two, when you see me smiling, and that's it, behind a girl or a guy. And it comes the late Yasmin Ahmad. We just had a chat during these so-called very informal casting. That's her style. She wants to know you better, and then she wants to really know more about your background, right? So and we had a little chat, and that's it. The next day I got a job for Rejoice. So literally she gave me the big break because she was the creative director for that particular story, right? I played a postman riding a bicycle, chasing after a girl, right, who has a long hair, and she's using Rejoice, right? So this how creatively she tweeted the whole story, and then apparently the focus was on me rather than the girl, So instantly I became famous. And then everybody was talking about the ad, and it was shown in Singapore as well. And then every year they have a competition among all the ads in the region from Leo Burnett, right? They will compete each other, from different countries, and the ad score a very high point. Yeah. So that was my break, and then from there I've got more of offers like acting, but I rejected a few, and not until she asked me to be featured in her feature film. Okay.
And that was Sepet.
Are you going to ask me that later, or shall we?
Just to backtrack, I'm curious. Why did you reject other projects, other acting projects?
Well, because Chinese wasn't my mother tongue. Then there are a few.
You mean like Mandarin?
Mandarin,
Okay.
yeah, or Cantonese, right? So I can't read and write. right? I can speak, and I don't have any experience, so and I'm not, well, I guess I was too busy on other stuff, right? And I put that on hold first, yeah. But working with Yasmin is different because we've been working together, and all she needs is me being myself, and not me acting
That's
at acting, right? That's excellent. That's once they, she gave me the script and the whole hypnosis. Well, I'll just say yes because I believe in her, right? And this Sepat is a story about multiracial, and again, this is One Malaysia. I buy, right? So, it's not so much of me, but I accepted the job because I see that there's a potential, there's a message that she wants to tell, not just Malaysian, but the whole world. Yeah.
And you support that idea,
Yes,
of
I
course.
support it. I've got a very tiny role, and it's only 2 scenes. Whenever there's an eating scene, then you see me. Yeah. So you have to pause, literally, you have to pause and see. Because I played brother to Jason. Yeah.
And after Sepat, you did a sequel as well, right? Called
Gubra.
Gubra or Gobra? How do you pronounce that?
It's Gabra, means
Gabra.
Gabra means you very kanchong,
Yeah.
Yeah, but we hardly use that word now.
Yeah.
So we become Gubra, right? It's Gabra, very kanchong, everything
Gabra.
kanchong. So when you see the opening scene is, of Gubra, you can see that very kanchong. There's some incidents, in the hospital, rushing to the hospital, and things like that. Yeah. So in the sequel, Yasmin actually literally elaborate more on my role, right? Again, I play myself. Yeah, play myself. It's a story about me divorced or being ditched by my Singapore wife. Okay, and I'm back in KL, in Malaysia, in Ipoh, right, to start a life, start over again. Okay, and then that time, I ended a 7 years relationship. So, so I can literally, play what I'm going through. Yeah. So it is something very real. Yeah, it's very real. And then again, there is, in Chinese, they call it like I Mei between me and Sharifah Amani. There's like a fling between me and Sharifah Amani.
She played as your wife?
No, she didn't. Jason died.
Okay.
Right? So we came close again because I'm the brother. Yeah, so I recognize her. And then we chat a bit. All right, then we went out. Yeah, but she's married. She's married, and then but the husband cheated on her with another girl. Remember that, right? Just like my wife cheated on me, not me, ditched me lah, never cheated on me. So and we get along. We were in a car, was singing, she was dancing. Just a bit of like we wasn't in love, but it's up to the audience to decide. Yeah.
I remember watching that. I seldom watch Malay movies, especially the coloured Malay movies, until a colleague of mine told me, "Oh, you must watch Gobra, you must watch Sepat," and and I watched them. But what I like about these two movies is so different from many stereotypical Malay movies because it features a lot about our everyday Malaysian life, Malaysian stereotypes of different races, and the keluarga Malaysian family. It talks a lot about that and the reality and the imperfection of the Malaysian society. That's what I like about it. So for those of you who have not seen that movie, please try to look it up and watch it. It's very meaningful. I really like those movies. Who is this Alan Yun? And I said, I don't know. I said he got teeth like horse. His teeth is like horse.
I've hardly, shared this part of the story on my relationship with Panasonic family, and Panasonic was actually the investor. Yeah, I mean, they're the one who produce, you know. Anything got to do with money making, I'll get myself involved, right?